Here I am preparing to take a cruise with the Lakeville Panaprog Princesses in my Corvette and my new Insta360 One RS 1-inch 360 edition camera, prepared to get quality video in 360 for this event. And in this very first video that I've ever captured with the new camera, what happens? This big red square appears in the video. This is on the stitch line. Right now one lens is facing towards the front of the vehicle, the other lens is facing towards the back. On the opposite stitch line on the side of the camera, it's generally facing towards the sun. So whenever that stitch line on either side of the camera is facing towards the sun, the opposite side has this big red distracting square that appears, which makes the video somewhat unusable for use in VR or just reframing, because people are going to wonder, why is there this big block of red in the video? What's the point of that? I've checked some other videos on YouTube. I've seen it occasionally in some of the videos. There's not a lot of 360 VR videos out there where the sun is shining, but I've seen a few where there was no problem at all, and others that this red square appeared. So I'm not sure if this is a problem specific to my camera or a general design flaw in the camera itself. Now, as we go around the corner and point straight on this street, then the issue goes away. There's no red square on the stitch line on either side of the car, because one lens right now is facing towards the sun and the opposite lens is facing away from the sun. But as soon as the Corvette turns the corner, so the stitch line is once again facing towards the sun, then the square reappears in the video, which becomes rather distracting. Here we are later on in the cruise. We can see the sun behind the trees. It's at a fairly low angle and it's pointing at the stitch line of the camera. And on the opposite side we have the big red square which appears. As soon as the camera goes behind the trees so the sun is not shining on it directly, the square disappears. And every time the sun hits the lens, then you see the big red square again. The videos that I've seen online that had this similar square, they were walking, they weren't in a car, so we can rule out this issue being something related to the windshield of the car causing the problem. The issue here is the sun is pointing right at the side of the lens, and then it's creating this big red square for an unknown reason. If you have this issue, let me know, post in the comments below. If you've had this issue and it was resolved by Insta360, also post that information as well. In my prior video on the Insta360 One RS 1-inch 360 edition camera, I indicated I was happy with the quality of the photos taken from the camera, especially in a low light situation. So far, in terms of video quality, I'm not that satisfied, because it almost appears to me that I cannot take any videos out in direct sun without having this big red square appear anytime a vehicle or the camera is oriented in a way where the side of the camera is facing towards the sun. I'll be reaching out to Insta360 and providing them a link to this video to check this out. Hopefully it's just a defect in my specific camera, and hopefully it's not a widespread issue across all of these cameras. Once I have additional information to provide, I will let you know in a future video. Thanks for watching this video. Please consider watching my evaluation of the Insta360 One RS 1-inch 360 edition photo quality in low light situation. I'll put a link to that video in the description of this video.